epic. That word gets thrown around a lot these days. But in the case of God of War 3, it's the only word that applies. Starting exactly where Part 2 ended, Kratos wages war against Olympus for the pain the gods have caused him. Story-wise, hindi siya kasing original ng first two. You know Kratos, he's gonna destroy everything with his bare hands. Actually, he's a hard character to feel for due to the monotony of his boundless fury. Buti na lang the story changes up in the second half, giving the game a little more heart. Now, while the story isn't as great as we expected, hindi ito ang dahilan to play God of War. Ever since you fell in love with the game for allowing you to rip open innocence for life points, you knew God of War was all about fulfilling your disgustingly disturbed dreams. In that regard, this game is perfect, ripping out Cyclops' eyeballs and stabbing Minotaurs with their own horns. Nag-deliver talaga ang mga developers pagdating sa gameplay. Kratos also has several new weapons to use, and all of them have a specific purpose. The Voltron gauntlets are especially cool looking. Problema lang, sobrang similar ang itsura ng ibang sandata. How many chain blades do you really need? Apparently, a few. But you're gonna need all of them to tackle the challenges that come your way. And some are absolutely colossal.
Destroy all that I have wrought.
We're not kidding. Some of the bosses in this game are bigger than any you've ever seen. They're so humongous that it's a wonder developers were able to pull it off. And without any graphical glitches. And it's best. God of War 3 can match any game in terms of gorgeousness. In between these furious battles, there's a good bit of exploring and puzzle solving to do, making the downtime somewhat enjoyable. You're probably gonna rush through these though. The call of the next big Titanic fight is hard to ignore.
You have disrespected the gods for the last time, Kratos.
Oh man, that was insane. So tired. The competition is really gonna have a tough time beating that crazy action. God of War 3 really deserves a 5.
Now, there are some Japanese games that never saw the light of day over at the Western world. That's why we came up with the top 5 games that deserve to be seen by the English-speaking population. At number 5, we have Super Robot Wars game. At number 4, Hostatakai Hoendan. Sa game na ito, as part of the Owendan cheerleading squad, you motivate these people and help them overcome problems through music. The game is unbelievably addicting. If you don't believe me, just ask the people who bought their Nintendo DS for the sole purpose of playing this game. For our third spot, Jump Shonen Ultimate Stars. With over 300 playable and non-playable characters ranging from Kenshin Himura of Rurouni Kenshin to Goku of Dragon Ball Z in one fighting game. This has got to be the ultimate anime and manga character slugfest of the century. At number 2, Metal Wolf Chaos. In the game, you play as the fictitious deposed American President Michael Wilson. You get yourself a suit of high-tech armor and attempt to take back the country, starting from the West Coast and slowly inching your way back to the White House. And for our must-play Japanese-only game, Sampagita.
Genki desu ka wa kumusta ka?
In this game, Maria Santos, a young Filipina, finds herself lost in Japan. With no memories of her past and bad guys who wanted to remain that way, it's your job to save Maria and help her regain her memory. At the helm of the project is one of Japan's most famous anime artists, Masamune Shirow. He's the guy behind Appleseed, Dominion Tank Police, and The Ghost in the Shell. Megumi Hayashibara, also a famous Japanese voice actress, also lent her talent and voiced Maria in the game.
It's time once again for you to try your luck for those ever-popular voucher codes. Kaya open up those eGames accounts kasi nandito na ang Voucher Scramble! When we come back, mangisda naman kaya tayo. Maglipat ng channel, pangit.